Hi Tanner. You want to come up here? You promise not to leave any hair behind? Does that feel good? No, I went out and saw Maya. Yeah, I was talking with Martina, and Maya was so excited to see me. So I got licked. My pants got licked. Everything got licked. Mm-hmm. Yes, so yeah, I went for a short walk. When I was out with Gail this morning, I had the Olympics on, okay? I'm coming up. Are you coming up this way? I know, you're purring so nicely. Yeah. That's my snack. That's my pre-lunch snack, being as it's, 10 to 12. It is. Yes. Yeah, so I got up early, and as soon as I turned on the TV, I had it set for Olympics. So it's been Olympics all day long. And so I talked to her, then I came back inside, and then I've been here and here all morning, and then I thought, you're getting stiff. Let's it says it's supposed to rain at 12. Why don't you quick go for a walk just around the block or whatever. So it's like 20 to 23 degrees, so that's warm enough. So I went out and I headed out for a walk, and I went the big block, so all the way to First, and came back, and I was hot by the time I got back, because it is warm, it is muggy. It's not warm, but it is muggy, okay? And the air's heavy. And then I met Martina. I saw Martina and Maya when I was over there, but she didn't see me. She was just doing a short. Maya is old, so she's not up for long walks. So I went a couple of blocks longer, further than she did, but not very much further. And she didn't see me because she was talking with one of the neighbors there. And then when I came back around this way, she was just coming back that way. So we chatted for a few minutes. But I came back, and I was curious to see how much Olympics we would actually see. This channel has Olympics, so we'll see how much Olympics it has. It's got 24-hour Olympics. I've never seen that. It's just Channel 5, right? CBC, but 24-hour Olympics. That is pretty cool. That is really cool. I could just leave the TV on all night long. Yeah, except it would go to sleep. Yeah. As I came in and I heard that, there were athletics going on, and when I actually came into the room, the screensaver came on. So I had to quick make a movement. Yeah, so 24-hour. I don't have Facebook on. Do I want Facebook on? I guess I do. I don't know. Was I locked out of Facebook? Okay, no, Kinsella and then Facebook. All right. Yeah, so yesterday when I was watching TV, what was I watching? This schedule of mine messes me up. I don't know If I was watching the news, I don't think I was watching the news because when the news were on, I was actually 6 to 7. So I watched the news from 6 to 6:30, and then at 6:30 I started making supper. Messes me up. I have to either eat at 4 or at 7, so I have to start cooking at 6:30. Anyway, I was sitting here watching it until I start my supper, and I noticed once I came through, I was walking around because I didn't want to stiffen up, and there were flashing lights at the window here. I thought, well, those look like police lights, and there was a police car, and it had pulled over a guy. I finally figured it out because my curiosity took over, and I had to figure out, so there's someone pulled over. Was it for speeding? How can I tell? My street is too short. So in the end, I saw that it was a guy who had been pulled over for something. Don't know what for. Because once I was pulled over on the next street over, and I pulled into this street to get out of the major traffic area, and someone might have done that too. Anyway, they were out there for at least 15-20 minutes, long enough for me to figure out that it was a guy. And I just watched the policeman, and he was working at his his console, and it took so long. Not important. 24-hour Olympics. Amazing. Excellent. We have vault on right now. Gymnastics. Armenia. I'm so glad that they decided to leave the Olympics on. 12 o'clock. That would have been incredibly disappointing to not have it on. I see, yes. Sherry posted, I think it's her that posted this. She said, "Who is the most famous person you've ever spoken to?" Well, I know I've spoken to Prime Minister Trudeau, and I know I spoke to Prime Minister Chrétien, but probably the most famous person that I've spoken to is B.B. King. Back in 1984, I think. Anyway, I don't usually answer these things, but I idly did. Oh, it wasn't Sherry. It was Patrick, right? It was you, Patrick, who posted that one. No, I don't usually answer those because those are the things that give away your password hints and clues. So, not that I've ever used who is the most famous person you've ever spoken to. B.B. King. No. I used the other guy. Good. My most favorite fruit stations are the purple ones. They do not all taste the same. They taste different. This is backing in his truck. I see Wes across because I have reflection of what happens on the street in the cabinet there. I got lots of reflections, mirrors, glass. That's delicious. So now it's supper time. No, it's not. It's lunchtime. And I have gone for a walk. I'm glad I did that. Because if I hadn't done that, I would have done nothing. And that's just not good. Now that breakfast that you had, Andy, was a very European breakfast. And I would never have that for breakfast. Or even have had that for breakfast. My mother's Austrian. Well, yeah, your mother's Austrian too. But yeah, I suppose. No, she would never have had that for breakfast. She was not a cold cuts. That's more German. So my aunt and uncle would have had that for breakfast. Not. Oh, they're weck. Oh, they're weck. Where does she get those? Even today, living in Belleville, she has bread, breakfast bread. The most delicious breakfast bread. Weck. And I've never figured out where, well, I've never tried to get that bread because I don't eat a lot of bread. But when I go to visit my aunt, she provides that for breakfast and it is delicious. Slightly warmed up in the oven. A little bit of jam in it. Weck. Oh, memories. That brings back memories. Oh, Andy, you brought back memories. Yes. But cheese and cold cuts, no. That would be something German that I would, maybe in Vienna. Maybe my aunt would have done that. I don't know. But anyway. Not my mom. Not my mom. Ah, it's Andrew Ching. Is that Perdita? Anyway. Yeah, so it was nice seeing Maya. When she saw me, she then went racing around in excitement. And after she greeted me, she then went yay, and she raced around. And then I came inside. Yes, so what I got from Gail was a replacement for my pillow. Let me show you. It's one of these. She got these ages ago. It's a leg pillow, okay? To help you with your alignment for your back when you're sleeping. And she had two of these. One she got for her husband. I guess she got two for one at one time, and has had this one hanging around because nobody else uses them. And she says, yours. Yeah, so I think that's, and I tried it last night, and it's better than a pillow, okay? It's not so floppy, and it's easier to find and get rid of and put away. But I don't like it's amazing. We are years apart, okay, Gail and I, but we are so similar, it is scary. Because I said, and I put a pillowcase over it. She says, yeah, I don't like the feel of it either. I mean, every time I say I do this, or she says I do this, she goes, yeah, yeah. And I go, yeah, me too. We have scary commonalities. But anyway, I said, no, I didn't like the idea. And actually I thought, you know, if I want to give it back to her, I don't want to have, you know, put my skin on it, sweatiness. But she says, she says, don't you worry about it. It's not being used, it's for you. So, but I still don't like the feel of it. And I thought the pillowcase would be better. And she says, yep, that's what I did too. I have an itchy nose.